Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Fatamorga. Playing on the other side as the Praetorian Guard, we've got HUNtington. On the other side as the Steel Legion, we've got Oheb, Free Anchor. Definitely pronouncing that one correctly. Oheb will be opening up a squad of legionaries, a couple of pioneer squads, and a generator plant. Whereas HUNtington is going to go for some convicts, a irregular section, Blood Axe encampment grounds, generator, and a munition stores. So yeah, it's man-on-man action, Space Brits versus Commissar Yarrick's lads, I guess. And actually going to go for a second plasma generator here, so very exciting stuff from Oheb. I mean, what is that? Is that going to be a quick tier 2? Possibly, maybe. I've not watched the majority of this game. Also going to go for a relay station as well. Don't really need to go for a production building for the tier 1s for the Steel Legion, as they can get the Legionnaires from the fire control bunker, and this relay station can take up into tier 2 with no questions asked. Now, the Praetorian Guard, they've had quite a few changes in the recent patch for Unification. You'll notice that the convicts here, they don't have their parole officer. They're up and about building stuff without being browbeat by him. He's now a tier 2 option, only costing 25 blue as well. Essentially, these guys will build stuff up, and when the morale breaks, then they just point-blank refuse to build anything. But the parole officer can get them back ship-shape and Bristol fashion, but obviously not needing that in the early game, and they can regen their health as normal, I do believe. And other things, Blood Axe mercs can now only get 2 big shooters as opposed to 4. But I do believe that they can get 2 big shooters and also all 3 of these burners, or maybe they could just get a collection of 4 weapons, but you know, just a combination of those things as well. So that's the thing. And another thing as well is that the Martini Henry rifles of these guys a little bit less effective for reasons beyond my ken. I don't know why. I've had it on good authority that certain players of a very high skill level can make use of those Martini rifles and absolutely punish people in the early game, but I've not seen it in the casts. But then again, I only cast a sliver of all the factions games, because obviously I do 4 Unification games a week, 1 Soulstorm, 1 Ultimate Apocalypse, and then a fun game on a Sunday, which I highly recommend that you boys and girls do watch. Doing a lot of Blood Bowl recently, because Blood Bowl is a fun game, and that's what all the cool people are playing these days in tabletop land. Hey, we've got the Legionnaires coming out, and I assume that Oheb here has gone for the Armoured Fist doctrine, as that seems to be what he's kind of building towards. After all, that gives you more squad cap for your vehicles later on in the game. It's always a good thing. Although, then again, in saying that, the Praetorian Guard do have quite a lot of access to anti-tank and also quite some substantial tanks later on in the game themselves. So, you know what I mean? It'll just be a case of who can out-tank the other players. Listing Post going to be upgraded as... Now, can you go... Yes, okay, so you got a combination of 4 weapons that you can go for. That's useful information to know. So, double big shooters and double burners. Obviously, the burners aren't nearly as effective at taking out infantry in the range department as the, you know, everything else, but that's okay. Look at these guys with their blooming big old masks and their chompers on them. Very nice stuff. Got some Legionnaires hiding inside Listing Post, going to do some damage, especially when this fortified position add-on has been popped on. Not really done that much damage to the relay station, but a significant amount of damage to the generator plant. We fall back to trying to avoid some of the incoming damage, but not quite been able to get out of that range. Look at some irregulars with a couple of grenade launchers. And we have seen on the channel before the combination of irregulars and the Blood Axe mercs. The grenade launchers knock people around, and the Blood Axe mercs basically do the DPS there. We're not quite working together in tandem. A little bit split up, and the irregulars do tend to die very, very quickly. Glorious hand-to-hand combat from Legionnaires here as they charge on in. Chase those guys around. It won't take much from the Listing Post neither to break these guys down into a smaller, bite-sized force. They're sitting on a plasma generator down over here, and there we go, the tank factory. It's a very, very quick tier 2. A sub-par 5, minutes 1. And the Armageddon pattern Chimera comes out online. Like a lot of other Imperial Guard Chimeras, can stick a lot of boys in there, but they can also have access to autocannons, twin-linked heavy bolters, and hunter-killer missiles as the tiers go on and about their looking foul business. Alright, okay, so Doctrine Tank Company have not gone for that. Interesting. Fair enough. Okay, so Armoured Fist, I assume, is infantry. It's, you know, in my head, Armoured Fist means tanks. But obviously Tank Company also means tanks. I suppose Steel Legion, no matter which one you go for, you're kind of relying on your armour, I suppose. Then we've got the Blood Axe mechs. I'm going to be chased all the way back home, having a bad old time. And what the Praetorian Guard are going to do, they've got an auto bunker over here, not captured their relic as of yet. Going to build another one on this side as well. No tier 2 on the way for them. And The generators got really small. Is it me or have they shrunken? Can't quite tell. Do like the aesthetics of them there. Maybe think of a stone keep. Max just chilling out. One has fallen down. But the Orc bunker sending that Chimera a backpack in. Sorry, I know I'm harking on this point here, but I do not remember these guys being so small. It's going to really annoy me now. I'm going to have to re-watch a couple of casts from the past and see if that is the case, or whether I'm actually going mental, which is entirely possible. Got economies 80 and 30, compared to 74 and 20. Right. So even though, I mean, yeah, okay, the Steel Legion also have not gone for their relic as of yet. Quite interesting, considering that the Steel Legion's pioneers, their builder units, can build and also cap at the same time. So you'd expect them to be very fast at capping all their stuff.
Yes, sir.
Fresh Chimera, sallying forth. And already got a couple of Chimeras on the front lines. So they don't have any anti-building stuff going on at the moment. They've just got their twin-linked heavy bolters. They're still doing quite a sizable amount of damage, actually. The regimental statues bringing down a couple of Valkyrie shots, and that's one Chimera down. Legionnaires been shot up, but they're also going to go for their missile launchers. It should help them, although it requires some lads to stay alive to be able to operate those missile launchers. Conscripts have been... Oh, sorry, not conscripts. Convicts, even. Have been killed. So has that Orc bunker. So now the regimental statue suffering a little bit. Got some veteran legionnaires spawning from... Hold on a minute. Did you spawn from the pattern Chimera? Hold on. Let me just double check the tooltips. Or where you just... Transports heavy infantry. Blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the other. God, why is there so much lore dumping in these tooltips? Really, really frustrating. Doesn't say anything about spawning other people in, I don't think. Just skim reading that. Maybe I've read that wrong. But I'm not reading the full thing. I'm not pausing the game neither. I've got things to do, boys and girls. Place to go, people to see. And by that I mean going to bed. We've got some blood axe mechs going around the side. Rocket launchers bristling with anticipation. Another Orc bunker being placed down here. But they have lost one regimental statue. Another one soon to be gone. Also got an anti-tank team. Comes out with 3 apiece. So plenty of damage to bring to bear straight from the get-go. Also very flexible when you take into consideration that a lot of Imperial Guard-styled factions, heavy weapons teams, are quite slow and require setting up first. One Chimera goes down. Another one soon to follow. We'll do a 3.10. Try and get out of there. There we go, he's dead as well. Veteran Legionnaires been blasted apart by the artillery from the regimental statues. They provide nothing in the way of actual, like, consistent damage if you are able to hit with those AoE blasts. It's quite a remarkable piece of damage. So you're going to have to fall back. Now, what's the difference between veteran Legionnaires and the regular ones? Grenade launchers, flamers, plasma rifles, Volkite Cavaliers. I assume the regular Legionnaires don't have access to that. But I've got none of us to compare them to, so I'm going to have to, you know, play it by ear, I suppose. Pioneer squad being wiped out by the Blast Mechs here. Going for a knob. Always good stuff. And a soldier's mess. Okay, alright, so not going to go into not going to go into vehicles. Going to take up into infantry instead. I suppose that's where you got your anti-tank team and the Gatling gun team, so... What, playing in defensive mode? The Praetorian Guard aren't known for their offensive capabilities when it comes to their infantry, but their tanks certainly do have some offensive capacity for them. Which Legionnaires scaring these guys away, and also the Orcs kind of been blasted by their own kind of stuff. Oh, there we got Legionnaires. Right, okay, what can you get? Grenade launchers, missile launchers, battle rifle, las guns, and plasma rifles. Okay, so you've got missile launchers, whereas you guys are more or less anti-infantry until you get into tier 4, and then those Cavaliers can basically wipe out the majority of things. Fair enough. Okay. We're all learning, boys and girls. We're all learning. Got some convicts slowly but surely making their way on over. What are you planning to build? I assume it's a listing post. And why are you going so far forward? Here comes the Hellhound, transferring itself into a Devil Dog, or upgrading itself even. Don't know where that transfer word came from. So we're great at bashing down buildings. Yeah, just, good lord, these... I mean, with the exception of that one that got the Blood Axe mechs, remarkable accuracy on those guys. Here's the Gatling gun. Prime target for killing infantry. Although it does seem like it's firing at the Hellhound here. But not what they want to do. Anti-tank team going up against the infantry as well, so a lot of miss targets going on for these specialised weapon teams here. The Steel Legion have been really aggressive. Love the use of the Trojan to repair the Hellhound. I mean, you could use Pioneers, but they kind of die a little bit quickly. And having a tank to repair a tank, that's pretty good. That was a meme once, wasn't it? I don't think it was Soldier Boy, it was the other rapper. I won't go into details because, you know, that will just show my age if I start explaining memes. God blimey. Oh wait, you know, these regimental statues definitely holding their own here. And the Steel Legion falling back once again. Don't think you need to fall back all that way, but they're going to do it. Now, are you taking up into something a bit bigger? Good economy is 104 and 30. And 86 and 30. More convicts coming out. So Steel Legion got the economic advantage, but I mean, they're playing aggressive and then they're falling back. Well, that seems so at the moment, what they're doing is that they're really struggling to make some progress here because they've got 3 regimental statues that could bring down a load of ordnance on them. Whereas if we go this way, there's not even one. This one has yet to be built up. So maybe just go around that side and do your business there. But no, the Steel Legion, they've decided this is where we make our stand. This is where we make our push. And you've got to respect them. You know, if it doesn't work the first time, just keep on doing it. It will eventually work. Got another Trojan coming out for repairing. For some elite targeters to increase the range damage of the infantry and such. Blood Axe Mechs now getting some more rocket launchers. Anti-tank teams going forward. Got some more regulars. But nothing huge coming from the Praetorian Guard here. Alright, okay, they're going to go for a Griffon Ivy. Oh god, that's 4 in Roman times, isn't it? Pattern Vehicle Forge. Why call a different thing now? Questions, boys and girls. Things that are making me go hum in the least pleasant kinds of ways. Is it because of a victory condition? Possibly. Oh, we'll probably see something coming out of that, I imagine. Steel Legion, go on, get involved. You've got the numerical advantage. These guys are massively out of position. Send you guys forward. Show the Praetorian Guard the business. Though I will be honest, I am kind of rooting for the Praetorian Guard here. I am a British individual after all. I come from the east side of Yorkshire. And you've just got to kind of root for the home team, don't you? You know, I imagine that's how Japanese watchers, you know, root for the Takan. I imagine it's how the Irish feel when they watch the Orcs play. Haha! I mean, the Orcs are very much, what is it, southeast London people. You know, shanking people left, right and centre. Not quite sure what the Orcs really represent. But there we go. Oh, I'm just taking up straight into tier 3. No messing around from these guys, but a little bit of standstill. I will fast forward just a smidgen. Just to see what the action's going on here, because at the moment, you know, the playing card is in Priyanka's ball pit here. Oh, okay, you're going to do a bit of poking and prodding, but now, I mean, a little bit too late. Only sending one guy in. Assuming you're just doing a bit of scouting and reconnoitering. Seeing what the Praetorians are up to. And then dying. Okay, alright. So much momentum here at the beginning of the game, and now he's just kind of chillaxing. Very questionable life choices. Praetorian Guard think, right, okay, yep, you can chill out as much as you want. We're playing a long game here. We don't fancy leaving our hallowed halls anytime soon. So tier 3 about to finish. I assume that means you're going to go straight into just big tanks. Oh no, never mind. Gunships. Okay, gunships and Heavy Boy Armor Research. So maybe actually just a focus on the Orc Infantry side of things. First floor add-on. Because obviously in England we've got the ground floor and then the first floor. Unlike you people across the pond, start with the first floor. Go on, Steel Legion, do something. Be lads, be chads, be the heroes you know that you can be. We've just kind of decided, no, we don't fancy going to war today. Fair enough. But I mean, you know, there's no glory in standing around. Well, okay, fast forward some more. It's all the Praetorians to play for then, I guess. I'm not recording another game today. I'm sticking with this. I've committed now.
Sneaky time.
Some sneaking Orc commanders. And what's your plan? There we go. Get involved. Some irregulars here. Send them back to Wales. And back to Wales they go. Wales in the warp, isn't it? I assume so. Pioneer's been shot down by the Vulture Gunships. Quite strong are the Vulture Gunships, to be fair. Very difficult to take them on. Commandos looking to bring down some big booms. And those Orca fighter bombers. Very nice stuff. Breaking the morale of the Legionaries. And I don't think they even know that the Orc commanders are there. Very sneaky gits they are. Now I've got an Armageddon patterned Basilisk. On the front lines, I assume that the Vulture Gunships will be taking him down quick as you like. No infiltration detection for the Steel Legion at the moment. As another one comes out. Well, one Vulture Gunship has been taken aback. And that Lieutenant Colonel, sharp eyes on this kid, has spotted the Orc commandos. But now they'll fall back a little bit. No one's chasing after them. So why not? Vulture Gunship taking down one tank at a time. But probably doesn't want to stick around with that Devil Dog knocking about its shores. Doesn't seem to outrange it though. So maybe a better micro. Yeah, there we go. Just stick him in the middle of the lake. No one can really get near him. Nice defensible position for the gunship. And now tier 4 on the way for Huntington.
Time to move now.
And what's the plan for the Steel Legion? It's more basilisks. Or is the plan just to make a front line and then pound the enemy into submission? Not a bad idea. But you've got access to manticores. Manticores are like basilisks, but super duper. You've gone for some Bulgrins there. That's always good fun. If you decide to attack. Pioneer's thinking about repairing stuff, but instead going to build a Praetorian turret instead. And the commander's thinking about coming over forward. We're just going to throw down some more flares. Here's a commissar charging on forward. For them being blasted back on his backside. And, good lord, how? What's the cooldown rate on those airstrikes for the commandos? Well, I suppose they're not moving, so I mean, why not just throw more flares at them? Or was that from the previous ability? It was just a delayed kind of smirk thing. Fair dues, mate, fair dues. Well, Charge Turret's been killed. The Hellhound's dancing. Beautiful thing to see. I mean, dance like no one's watching. That's what the Emperor's last words were, I think. When Sanguinius was on the floor, spilling his lifeblood to defend the Emperor. He just knowingly nodded and said, yes, Sanguinius. Shake a tail feather, bust a gut when fighting Horus. We've got engagements going on here. Double commissars on those front lines, absorbing the damage. Probably not what they want to be doing, really. The range of those basilisks. More artillery coming in. I don't know if the artillery's been buffed at all, but... or whether Huntington's just an absolute mad lad when it comes to the accuracy of that stuff. But the artillery of the Steel Legion, quite decent. Not the most accurate of the artilleries, but does a substantial amount of damage to anything it hits. And these anti-tank teams really struggling to keep a footing. Vulture Gunship there, just sallies forth over the ravine. And the Pattern Basilisk, you don't have any close combat defense. Oh no, you do, you've got a little bolter gun on the front of you. I suppose no artillery is really set up for taking down airships. Bulgrin's managing to defend on this side, so Steel Legion building up their momentum again after all that time of just chilling out, and now they are stretching across the left-hand side, taking down one regimental statue. Here comes a tank commander. I've seen it before on the channel. The absolute unit that is the commander, soloing a lot of stuff. Comes out with plasma cannons, comes out with a decent auto cannon on his side as well as a mortar. He's a boy that does it all and does it quite well. And at the moment, not much in the way of anti-vehicle stuff, apart from the basilisks when they hit. And they're not hitting all that well, to be honest. Come on. There we go. One solid hit, and it does about 50 damage. Well, I mean, they tried. And isn't that the main thing? Got some Lascannon support squads coming on the right-hand side for the Steel Legion. Should do a fair bit of damage if they can get close enough. The one singular model, very fragile to being focus fired down. Also cannot reinforce itself. Taken a long way around. Shot down by the Black Mercs. Got the Lieutenant Colonel with his Ogrin bodyguard coming forward. Very brave, but those plasma cannons really doing them in. The whole squad wipe is what's on the cards for those guys. So what have the Steel Legion got at the moment? So they've got one singular Bulgrin chilling out. They've got one veteran Legionnaire, which is about to die, I assume. You've got one. It's a tale of ones, isn't it? It's like, I mean, Noah's Ark, except for that, you know, they're not planning on reproducing. We've just got a series of ones and dones. Not really building anything else. Have we got any more money? You've got plenty of money. Free anchor. Build some stuff. Spend your cash. Go to the shops. You know, we've got access to so many units. I could deal with stuff here. Not quite accessing the full range of units that the Steel Legion have to offer. Got Cyclops there. A little tiny tank that explodes. Barely half the size of a man. But quite a thick boy all the same. Short and stout like a teapot. Gives a shadow sword. And, well, yeah, that's probably it, to be fair. I mean, what else are you going to do? Got one laser destroyer, which does insane damage against a tank. A very slow firing rate, so you do need some... Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Oh, so sad. Oh, no, he had the chance for romance, but not quite there. So, yeah, Steel Legion, he had it. He had the entire game. He had the world on a string and could have just continued attacking and gradually wearing and tearing the Praetorian Guard down. When they had a whole bunch of boys here, realistically, Huntington had the Gatling gun squad, a anti-tank team, and a couple of convicts just kicking a can down the road round the backside. But no, just choking a little bit there, not quite feeling as confident as he should have done there. But hey, such is the way of things. Like I said, I'm not recording another game, so that is all you're getting from me tonight. So cheers, boys and girls, for watching at home, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always never short. Now, I'll see you in a bit. Peace.